guys, and welcome back to the tutorial. So in this tutorial, this time we will be creating a new app which we will call Newsreader app. So basically this app will contain the top trending news, and we can we can read them in our app. Okay, so let us just start by creating a new Android project. So I will just begin by taking the empty activity, and I will name it as Newsreader app. I'll just name it Newsreader. I'll click on finish button. So now initially we want all the news to be shown in the list view. We will be showing a list of news, of top trending news, and we can click on any of them, and then it will open up to describe that news. Okay, so initially we want that list view in that, and also we want to know something about APIs, as we know that we can use APIs to get the information. Like we want something from the internet. As news we don't create ourselves, we just have to show here. So we will be getting the news to get the news from the internet, so we will be using API. So for that I will be showing you this. You can get this API, like you can just search for Hacker News API, and you will get this first GitHub one. You just have to tap on this, and you can see it will have a lot of APIs. Like you can see here is an example. These are its parts which we will be using. So we will see that when we start creating that. So let us just begin. This is ready. So I'll just delete this default the word button text, sorry. So now we want initially that we want here there should be the list view. So we will be using list view here. So this is our list view. I will just drag it down here, and it will automatically fills up the screen. Just give it the required constraints. Okay, so this is done. I will just give it an ID list view. Okay, so this is done. Now we will go to our main activity where we will write our coding part. So before beginning to that, we should use we will be needing we will go to manifest file. So we want some permissions. Like if we want any permissions, we write it down here. As this time we will be using API, and that API will get the news from the internet. So basically our app will requires the permission for internet, as for anything you want permission for the app. So I will just click this users permission. This will automatically comes, and now I want it for the internet. So I will just search, here is the first one. I want this one, so I will just use this. I'll just close the tag, and this will get implemented. So this is the line of code which we use for implementing, for asking the permission for internet. Okay, so this is done. Now we will just begin with our code. So now we want we will be using we have to create an array list, as because to show in the list view we require a list. So we will create that array list of strings initially, and we will give the name as titles. I think we have to implement that. Just press Alt and enter. By clicking on this, just press Alt and enter. I think there is some issue. I will type it down again. We want this. I will use this. Okay, so this will get imported. So now I will use array list of titles. This should be equal to new array list of string. So this is done now, and we want also an array adapter. So if you don't know about array adapter, I will show you here. So to show anything, like to show anything to the list view, we require this array adapter. So we will see that, like you can use this adapter to provide views for the adapter view. Like if you want to show anything on your app, like view or list view, you can see that it returns a view for each object in collection of objects, data objects you provide, and can be used with list based user interface widgets such as list view or spinner. So basically it is used for list views or spinners, so that we can visually show to our app. So to implement this list view to get appeared on the app, we will be requiring this array adapter. Okay, so let's just implement that here. I will just use array adapter, this one, and I will just name it array adapter only. Okay, so now I will declare it here. So before that, we will be using other things also, like firstly let us implement this list view that we have given that id. If we want to show, we have to declare that here in the onCreate method. I think I want this one, list view. So I have given the id list view, I will be using the same. So to declare that, we use that find view by id method and r dot id dot, and we have given the id list view. So this is here. So now this is declared, so now we can use that, and we have declared array adapter above only, so we can use that here. So we will just create a new object for this only. We'll use array adapter, and inside of that we need to pass firstly the context. So we want this context only, like here only, and the second thing we need to pass here is and Android. I think this should come. Android, we need to pass android dot r dot layout, layout dot, and we want simple item 1. So this will simply show the list view. This is just for that, and for comma we need to pass here the array list. We can see that list objects, so we have given that the name title, so I will just pass titles here. This is done now. So we have set the array adapter for that, and now we just have to set that with the list view. So we'll just list view, I will use list view dot set adapter, and inside of that we have to pass our array adapter. Okay, so this is done now. So till then, let's just give it a run, as because this will take time. So in the meanwhile time, we will just study a bit about URL. So what is URL? Like we can see that URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. So this is represents a uniform resource locator, as I said, a pointer to a resource on the World Wide Web. Like whenever we use internet, this will act as a pointer to the resource, and a resource can be something as simple as a file or directory. So this is just a pointer, something like pointing to something like a file or directory, and it can be referenced to more complicated objects such as query to a database or search engine, or more information of the types of the URL. Like you can get the more information, like this we can see this can be this is a URL example. Okay, so this can be broken into several parts. Like the first part is this hypertext transfer protocol, we know that, and that information resides the host machine. Like this one will declare the host, like this is the host whose site this is. Okay, so this is the inside folder which it is pointing at. Like we can see that the information on the host machine is named this. So this is the location, like where it is pointing. Okay, so we will be using this in our code. So this is just an example. So to use that, we have URL keyword, like we can see this. So these are the methods of URL. We will be using few of them. We will see that in our coding part. Okay, so let's just begin with the coding part here. So now in order to implement that array list, we need to create a new class. Like I will do that here. So we need to I will create a new class that will download the task. Like I will give that name download task, so that it will download all the information of news from the internet via API. So I will just use that. So I will create public class, let's just wait for the app to be built, as this will disturb our coding. It will take a bit time. Till then, let's just write our code. So we need download task. I will just name it. I think I should kill this process so that it will not disturb again. It was almost opened. So let's just cut this. So firstly I will write some code, then I will show you. As Android Studio is a user, it will take a bit time to respond sometimes. So this is done now. We can write our code now. So I will just want to name it as download task. So I will name it download task, and we need to extend another class. Like I will just name it async task. We'll use async. This should be here. I want this one. So inside of that we need to pass three things. Like the first one is the string, so I'll just pass string, and second one is the void, like it will not return any update. This is for the update. And the third one will be of the string only. So we will use string here for the third one. So now we have implemented this download task function. We have made this class, download class. So now we will use that. So we have to implement its method. We can just implement it through here. It has doing background method, so we'll just insert that. So we can see that this is implemented here. So now we will write some code inside of that. Okay, so we will be as we have seen the URL, so we will be using the same here. So for that we need a string, like which will be the output. Like when we use the API, so it will return some IDs, so we will use that to get the information of news. Okay, so first we will create a string, and then we will declare URL here. We'll just declare URL on the first one, this is, and now we will declare this here. Okay, so URL is declared. So now we want another thing, which is our URL connection. So in this we have HTTP, yes, URL connection. I will just name it URL connection. Okay, so I will declare it downward. So initially we have to set its value, so we'll just give it null. So we have to write our code in between like this, return null, this will be for the last. Okay, so now we have implemented this. So now we will use try catch here. So what's try catch? If you don't know, I will just give you a bit knowledge about that. So when executing the Java code, different errors can occur. Like whenever a programmer write a code and run, there may be some error like runtime error or something exceptional errors. due to indentations, errors, and other things. So Java has this feature like try and catch. So it will this is the syntax. So what's this? You write the code which you want, like you are not sure whether the code is will work or not, or it will have errors or not. So you will write that code here in this try option, and you will write the exception, like if there is an exception found, then this code will run. Okay, so this is the code to handle the errors. Like you want to show something message to the user that you are having error, like let's say for the login, write the code for login here. If any persons did not entered like its password or something, so you have to show an error, like this will show an error. So you will just write the code here like you haven't entered the password, so that will handle the errors. Okay, so this is very useful feature. You can use this here, as because sometimes it does not get the strings, so you can use try catch here. So I will just use try catch here. So inside of try we will be writing a bit code, and then we will write some bit code in catch, which we will use to handle the errors. So I will as I have declared URL here, I can use it here. So I will just create its new object, new URL, and inside of that I will just pass the initial ID, which is URLs of 0. That will be URLs. I think I haven't created URLs here. Oh, okay, so this one is this one, like we use strings here. This is automatic default method provided. So before that they provide URLs, so now they provide strings. So I will just have to paste it, like I will just use this. So whatever comes in your, just paste it right here. Now this seems to be fine, I guess. It is showing error. Let's see, add catch close. That's as because I haven't added catch close, so this will show error. Okay, so I will just I will keep it this for now. We will first write the code for try. So now I want to set up a connection, like URL connection we used it for. So we need to write that for we need to first open the connection. So these are the steps. So URL dot open connection. So this one is for opening the connection, and also we have to typecast correctly. So we will be using HTTPS URL connection to typecast that. So I think this is fine. I guess I have used a small URL here. This is again showing error. Just give me a second, I'll check why is that. Let's see what's the error. So it is showing at the catch close. So I have already surrounded that, so it will remove the error afterwards. So now another method we have to implement here, which is input stream reader. So for that, first we need to implement input stream, then we will implement input stream reader. So I'll just implement this, and we have to set the connection here with URL. So we'll use URL connection dot get input stream. So it will just get the stream here, and then we can implement input stream here. Input stream reader, we want this one, input stream reader, and I will just use the initial default one. So I will just create its new object, input stream reader, and inside of that I will just pass the input stream which I have made above. Okay, I will use this here. So now we want to implement the data, like when we write the URL, like we can see, I have shown that to you, like whenever we use this URL, so it will pass a lot of IDs, like we can see this. So to get that ID we need to create int data, so that it can get all the IDs to get the news information. Okay, so just make it variable and connect it with input stream reader. This is basically to whatever it is coming in the input, it just reads and gets you the input. Okay, so I will just use this method, input stream reader dot read, so that will input. So all these errors are shown because of the try catch. We will handle that later on. So now we need to check if data is not entered, like if the data is null, so we have to handle that separately. So uh, if data, I think we should check it for -1. If data not equal to -1, while data not equal to -1, so we have to use another method, like we have to introduce another variable which is current, char current. So that should be equal to the data, like we can typecast that into character. We need to typecast here, so we will get that differently. Okay, so after doing that, we just need to implement another variable, I guess. We need to implement the data, like we can use this data afterwards. So I just use data is equal to input stream reader dot read. So this will again read, as it can be char data also. So if it is not the data input data, like int data, sorry, so we will typecast that into char, and that will be read by input stream reader. Okay, so I think we are done with this part. So we can use the log information here, and also I have returned the null here. I will remove that. I have to use that here. So after writing that, I will come out of the while loop, and I will just log the information, like I will just log. So logging information is just to check whether your code is right or not. So I will just use URL context here, and secondly we want to pass the throwable. Like what do we want? I will pass the content. I will say it's just string, you can name it. I have written URL content, so it's the result. Like we can see the IDs, whether they are implementing or not, so we can check that in the logcat, which is here. Okay, so here I will just return the result, and in the catch option we want to pass the exception. Like I will if you write like malfunction, that one I will show you, that was the malformed URL. So this will just handle this one, like it's error only. Like if error occur in this line of code, then it will handle that only. So we have so we have two options, like we can write try catch for all these others to handle the error differently, or we can simply write exception. So this will basically handle all the exceptions, like all the types of exceptions. So we can see this is all removed. Okay, so this is the method print stack trace. This will print the errors, like this is the best to handle the errors. So at the last we will return null, which I have removed before. So I'll just use return null here. So I think this looks fine now. So before that, before running our app, so I will just want to use this download task class. Like I have created this class, download class. So I will create its objects to get the URL. So I will just come up in the onCreate method, and I will just create the first object. First I will create its object. So we will use download task is equal to new download task, and inside of that we don't have to pass anything. I'll just use here. So we have created that object over here, and now I will again use try catch here, so that it will handle the errors. So we have method called task.execute, and inside of that we need to pass the URL, like from where API, like I will show that. So these are the APIs, like these are the URLs provided, so you can use them. Like this one is to show the job stories, this one is for the top and best stories. So we are creating this news app for the top stories, like top something stories. So we will use that. So I'll just click on that, and I have to just copy. So these are the IDs which I was telling about. So this will get you all the information about news. So I will just copy it, this URL from here as it is, and I will just paste it down here. Okay, so this seems fine. So the last task here is to execute the catch statement. So I'll just implement the catch clause here, and we can see that this is okay. I will just remove this for the instance, so because you can say that you can stay with that, but I will just remove that, as because if not found, it should know nothing. Let's now just give it a run to check whether it is implemented or not. So this is working, just give it a second. I think I have closed the emulator. I will start again. I think I should start this again. This is taking a lot of time. So in the I have figured out what was the fault. So I have just missed that line, this reset line. That's why it is not showing anything in that. So just add the result plus is equal to current, so that the current, which is the data, it's get attached to the result. Okay, so now let's just give it a run, and we can see we have we have logged that information, so we can see in the logcat. So just wait for it to run. So we will not see anything on the emulator, as we have just used list view here. So we will be seeing that in the logcat. So we can open this now. So we can see that the app is now run. So we can see that the URL information which we have located here, like we can see tag was URL content, so this was that, and result was here, like it made us get all the IDs from the internet. Okay, so these were the same IDs which we have got from our APIs or URL. Okay, so now let us just move forward with this. So now we want a JSON array, like, so I will tell you what is JSON array. So this is basically a dense in text sequence of values may be mix of JSON objects, other JSON arrays, strings, booleans, and others. So this is basically, we want to, if you want to show like a lot of numbers, like list, arrays or something, we use this. So we want array which will be containing 20 news, like initially we will set the number as 20. So after that, it's benefit that after that we can increase that number. So these are the just instances of this class are not threaded, that's not we are gonna use. So these are some constructors here. JSON array, we should create JSON array with no values, and this will ask for the argument collection, and these are different constructors we can see. So these are its methods. So let us just see in our coding part what's JSON array. So we need to implement JSON array before the logcat, as we need to use that information. So I will use JSON array here, this one, and I will just give the name as default one, and we need to create its object, as we know. So I will just create this, and inside of that initially we want to pass the result, as because from that only it will get the IDs, like whatever the code was written, it was showing the result output, so these ID will be entered into this array. Okay, so that was of the string, but we will change that later on. So here we will create another variable which will be which we call number of items. So initially we will set it as 20, so that is what we want, like columns of the news initially we want, so initially we will set it to 20. So we need to first check if it is not more than 20. So if JSON array dot length, like we can directly check the length of array, if it is less than 20 then it is okay, then we can put that value inside number of items. JSON array dot length. Okay, so we can directly put that in this. So after that we need to fill the values, like we have just got the number here, so according to this number we will create that array, and to fill that array we will just use for loop for int I is equal to 0, I less than, it should be less than JSON array length, it should be less than our number of items, as because this is the length of the array now. So we want to increase it, and we just need to fill it. So to fill it we will create another variable which will be of string, as we can use this code also, but in this we have used result, like we have created another string, so we'll use different string here, we can't use result again. So I will just use article ID here, and this should get the string, like array is filled, so it will get the string, get string will say, and inside of that we will just pass that. So what will it do, like we can see this was the first one, so this will grab this ID. Okay, so string ID will be this one for the initial, like for I is equal to 0, for I equal to 1, then this will be the article ID, then so on. Okay, so this is done now. So we need to just use the URL here, so we need to create a new object of URL, and inside of that we need to pass a string, as we know we need to pass a string here. So we can pass the string here, we will need to see that what do we need to pass here. So we want, like this was just the ID which we have seen that default, like I will tell you. So we have used the top 50 news, like we can see this one, I guess this one we have used, so this will just get you the ID. So to get the inside information, like of the stories, we will see here, we'll say like we want this example type, like it should be by, it should show these things, like these are the IDs, these are the scores, this is the title, like basically we want this to be shown as, like this is a news, like this will the news, and when we click on the news then it will elaborate to show us the more information about it. Okay, so we will be needing this one, so I will just click on this. So but we don't want this ID, like 8863, this is just for the example. We can see that I will show you, if you can see this is just for an example, so this is just for an example. So this was the article ID, basically 8863, so we don't want that, we want our article ID. So I will just first copy it, I will copy it from here, and I will go back to Android Studio and then paste it right here. And the one thing I was telling, that I don't want this 8863, as this was the example, so I want in this place we need to first split up the string, and inside of that I will pass 2 plus, so that we can concatenate article ID to that. Okay, so we can do this. So now it is concatenated. So now this as the article, according to the article ID we will get the URL shown up, and we will get different news. Okay, so we are done with this, I guess. I think we should just locate the information, but before that we need to implement the same as we have did for above. So in order to do that, we don't have to write the code again. Just copy it from here. We need this one part same as it is, so I will just copy it to start somewhere. Just give it a time. So I need from here, I will just copy it and I will go here, and I want these all to be in the for loop, as we need to set up the connection inside of that only. So I will just use that. So we don't need this, like we have already declared them above, so we don't need to do that again. It's stuck somewhere, just give it a second. Now it's okay. So we just need to remove this input stream, as because we have already initialized it above. So I will just remove this one. Similarly, I will remove this input stream reader and the data. So just remove this, and also we need to remove int from here, as we have already declared that. Okay, so this looks fine. Now we just need to locate the information so that we will be able to see the article. So we have already created the string, I guess. To show the result, like we need to create another yes, I guess we need to create another variable that will be the string information, as because we have used result above, so we can't use that again. Okay, so I will just create another variable here. So instead of result, we need to pass another string, as these both are different. We have already located result in below, so we will change that. Okay, I should first stop that. Now it will work fine. So we just want to create a new string. I will create that string here. Okay, so just create a new string, which will be article information, and it will be an empty string. So just declare that right here, and now we will locate the information, but before that we need to change this result to the string article information. Okay, we have used that result only here, so just change that. So we will just write article information here. So now it is done. We just need to locate the information. We need to show in the locate, so we'll just log the information here. So this time we want article information. I will just copy this one and paste it right here, and I will change this to from taking to load article info and instead of result we want this string article. Okay, so now we have written this article information here and we have logged that inside of logcat, so we should see the article information there. So let's just give it a run now. So we'll just open the logcat here. Like we can see that we are getting this, you can see that we are getting this article information here, and the one which we have seen like this, like we will see the title here and then we will be seeing URL here. Okay, so like these are the news, you can see that there must be a lot of news, like we can see. So now I will clean this first. So now we want only, like I will show you again, like we should see only the title and the URL. So the next task is to implement the title and URL only. So we'll just wait for that. I need to run that again, I guess. So now it is installed. I think we need to change this. To get to the logcat we need to sometime change the emulator one, and now we need to run this again. Now we can see that we are getting this again. So we want this. So now this time we only need, like we only want title and URL here. So we don't want all these things IDs to be shown, we only want like title and URL, so that whenever we click on title we gets to the URL and then we it will elaborate the news. Okay, so we will do the task for here, and for in order to do that we need a new thing which is JSON object. So let's just read a bit about it. So JSON object, it is a modifiable set of name values mappings. So names are unique non-nil strings, value may be of any mixed JSON objects. So this is just a type of class, like this class can course values to the another type when requested. So when the requested type is a boolean, course should be, so we can basically we can request JSON object to get the limited types, like we want strings, numbers, or we can ask anything from it. So it will work similarly as we have done before for the JSON array, but it will get only the strings and arrays, like limited things, like we can work with boolean also. So when the requested type is boolean, string will be coursed using the case sensitive comparison to true and false. So we will see that the coding part, what's that. So we need to use so now we don't want all these things, we will use only title and URL. So in order to do that we will be using JSON object. So firstly we need to create JSON object here. So to create JSON object we need to declare that here, and now I will just declare JSON object, and inside of that we need to pass the article information which we have used, not this one, article information. And now we will set an if condition to check whether it the article and title both are, sorry, URL and title both are not null. So we'll just check, if not, JSON object, if not JSON object dot is null. We have method to check whether it is null. So inside of that we need to pass what we need to check. So as we need to check the title and URL, so firstly I will pass title here, and also we need to check for URL here. So I will do the same for, we need to do the same for URL. Okay, so I will just pass string as URL here. Okay, so if this is not the case, like if it is working all fine, so we will just take that into string, like I will use article title. I will create a string article title. So we need to just get it from the JSON object. So we have a method called get string from it. Inside of that we need to pass the string. So we have the string which is title. So firstly we will be needing title, and then we want the same for URL. Okay, so I will just paste it down here. So I need article URL here, so I will just pass it here, and inside of that we will be needing URL. Okay, so now I think we are done. I will just log the information here so that you can see it in the logcat log.i, and inside of that we want both title and URL, so that you can see that. So I'll just pass it right here, and the second thing we want is article title. Here it is, and the second thing we will just concatenate it with the second string which is our article URL. This is okay. So this is okay, this seems okay to me now. So let's just give it a run again. So every time you need to check logcat, you need to close this and run again, and also remember you need to clear it the things from here. Okay, so let's just give it a run now. So we are almost half the way. I guess we have done more than half, so we will soon be able to complete this app. So we should see now like the title and URL only, the things which we are getting before. Out of them we should only see now title and URL. So this has come, we need to switch that again. So now this has come, we should see it like, we should see it above. I'll scroll down here. This is not showing. Yes, it is shown. We can see that we are getting the title and URL here for all these news. Like you can see, we get all these, and as we have selected 20, we will be getting the 20 only, or the less of them which will be available. So we have just selected max count as 20. So we can see that we are getting URL and title here. So this will be the title, and the following hyperlink will be the URL. Okay, so this was the URL content, this was for this one. Okay, and for this one we are getting these logs. Okay, so logcat is just basically to check whether your code is working fine or not, as in a long code, like whenever you get the result at the end only, so in between you can log the information to check whether your code is working fine. So you can basically split your code into some parts and just log the information to check whether that part of the code is working fine or not. Okay, so now we will move forward. So now that we have logged that, we have seen that it is working fine for the title and URL. So now we will remove this logged item from here, and we will use another log. Like I will show you, this one is the last thing we want to get it from the internet. Then from the further we will be using databases like to store the information and then to show in our app. Okay, so this one is the last code to get the things from the internet done. Okay, so I will just get the URL. This will be the same as we have done above, so you don't have to worry about much. So just see with me. So we will just implement new URL, this one, and inside of that we need to pass this article URL which we have used above, article URL. Okay, so now we have created URL, we can establish the URL connection. So we can see that we have this, so we can typecast that into HTTPS URL connection, and then we will just open the connection like we did before, And now we have done this, open the connection, then we will be using input stream. We remember the queue, how we do that. So I will just use URL connection dot get input stream here, and followed by that we use input stream reader. This one is our input stream reader, and this we create its new object here, input stream reader, and inside of that we pass our input stream. Okay, so this one is the previous one, this is not the new thing, we have already done this before. So we will just use data, which will get input stream reader dot read. This is fine. So now we have read that. So now we will create another string which we will call article. I think we haven't created for article content now, so we will use article content. So we will take that as empty string initially. So now we will write the same code, like I'll just go above to copy this one. So this is the same code. You can although we can copy the same code, I have written that. So now we will use this is all fine, we just need to change this as we did for, we changed for result into article information. We will change this from article info to article content. Okay, so now the last task we know is to log the info, so that we can see in our logcat. I think there is some issue, or I have written the small l, so we'll just use log.i, and inside of that we need to pass firstly the string. So this time we will be showing the hyperlink, like for the HTML, and here we will be showing article content, so this one. Okay, so I think this is fine. Now we should give it a run. So this one will be the last thing which we did to get the information from the internet. So now we will remove all this log from the next part, and we will just focus on database part, like we will just be soon be finishing this app. Just give it a time, it is taking a bit time. So till then we will learn about SQL database. So SQL, if you are not familiar with the term, so this is basically used to store the information. Like we need a database always if we are making an app to store the information, like to store the news informations. So we need to create a new database, so that whenever a user click on that hyperlink or that I've said, we'll click on the link, then it will elaborate that news. So to get that elaborated part, we need to save it initially in the database. Okay, so just to get that, we need to create database here and to store the information here which we have gathered from the internet. So to create that database, we need to study about SQL database. SQLite database, basically it is present in the library of our Android Studio. So this is basically these are the methods to create, delete and execute SQL commands. So what are these SQL commands? This is SQL, basically stands for SQL. So this is basically language, and it can perform other common database. So I will just give you a short example, like we can create a table here to store the data, and we can write some code, like we can write select star, which is to get all the information, and we use a keyword from, and then we will write the table name. So you can get any of the information, like if you want name from the table, I will just write select name from table name, and I will put semicolon. So this will return me the name. So this is the most important database which we have. So these are its classes and these are its types, methods. So we can use all these methods to create that. So you don't have to worry much about that. You just remember that database we need database, so we will be using SQLite database here. So I think our app is there. Just open the logcat and we should see here it has logged 100 results. It may show here. So this time we have written HTML and it will be showing article content. So we should be seeing this HTML. Waiting to stop. It's not stopped yet. Let's just wait. It's still running. Yes, we should give it a time. It will take a bit time as it is it will contain a lot of information. We can see that it was showing logged 100 logs, so it will take a bit time. So don't worry, just give it time to run. So now that we have seen the SQLite database, so we can use that in here. Okay, so just declare it. We can declare it here. Just give it a second. I think this is running. We should close it. So now we can use SQLite. I think this should be here by this name. SQLite database. So we need this one and we will name it as something articles database. So this is okay now, so we can use it anywhere. So I will just go in this on create method, and before this try catch I can use this. So firstly I will just use this to open, like we will use this command open or create database, this one, and this is just to create the database. So we will just give it the database name as articles, and the second thing we need to pass it is the mode, like whether we want private database or public. So we will set it as mode private. So and these are the other things like updates or other things, we don't want that, so we will just set it to null. So we want this execute SQL statement, and inside of that we will use create table if not exists. So this is just the command create table if not exist. So I will just define the name articles, and inside of that here we need to pass like what are the things, like columns do we want, like as I have said, in SQL we save the data in the form of tables. So in tables we have rows and columns. So for column values, like for the heading values, we will require the things like to create a table for student, we require its name, roll number and something. So to create the table article we will be requiring few things. So the first one is ID, and after that by giving space we need to pass its data type. So I will just give it as integer, and here we can pass any constraint. So I will just pass primary key here. So you may be familiar with primary key. So primary key is just to check that whether the duplicate values, to avoid the duplicate values in the table. Okay, so just use it. Second thing we want is we want article ID here, and article id, sorry. So this will also be of the data type integer. Okay, so we have implemented this. So now we want another thing, like we want we have setted this, so we want integer here. Like I will be setting where just give me a second, I think I'm something. Okay, so now we want title here, and that should be in the form of varchar. So varchar is just a type of char, which is variable char. So its benefit is it will return the memory, like unused memory will not get destroyed. Unused memory will get destroyed, so that it can be used somewhere else. So it will just save the space for us. So I have written the content next thing, and I will give the same data type here as varchar. I'll just remove this. So I think this is okay now. This seems okay. So now we want to insert the values, and also to write the code. Like we have written the code for creating the table, now we want to insert the values. So to insert the values, we will go down where we have created that HTML content, like we have logged that HTML content here. So we will be using that here. So firstly we need to create the strings, like we need to create the strings to get that. So to get that information, like to enter the values in the table, we need to learn something into for SQL. So SQL, what is insert into statement? This is the statement which we use to insert the values in the table to store. So like this, insert into table name. So this we have given articles. So for the column 1, 2, 3, I will show we have given these column names. Here we can see I've just given them the name. First one is ID, second one is article ID, and then title, and then content. Okay, so you can enter as many as you want. So, and these are the values, like what you want. Like this one is for the column, this one is for the rows. So like I will first set the value like ID as 1, article ID as 20 something, and title as whatever you want. We can enter that like this. So like if you are adding values for the columns, you don't need to specify the column names, like you just have to enter the value, you don't have to specify the name. Okay, so for that I will give an example. Like I will just set insert into table name, as this table name is customer, so I will just write insert into customers values. So the first one I will set 89, then I will write White Clover Markets, then I will write Carrie Jablonski, and then so on. Okay, so you may have got the idea. So this is the one you can see, insert into customers. So first one is for the columns which are above, and this is for the values, like what values you are to enter in that. So this will be the corresponding values, like this one for the this, and this name is for the contact name, and that's for the address, and that's for city, then for postal code, and then country. Okay, so you may have got the idea. The other things we will see through the code. So just go down there. Here we will just enter, we will just create a new string here. I will just create a new string which I will call string SQL, and inside of that I will just pass this insert into that we have learnt. Now insert into I guess written twice, insert into. So now we need to enter the table name. So I have given the table name articles, so I will just write the same articles, and then we put a bracket, twice brackets, and inside of that we need to pass few things. Like first one is the article ID, as we have given above. So we are not entering simple ID, we just want article. We want three things, like article ID, second one is title, and the third one will be the content. Okay, so we want these three things only. So now we need to enter the values here. So for that we know the keyword we need to use is values. So just use that values, and inside of that we need to pass, like I will just pass question mark here. So why I am doing this, that I don't know the value, like I need to get it from the URL which we have written a lot of code above. So we will get it from there, and we will fill that. Okay, so just put a semicolon here. Okay, so now this is done, we need to use another statement here which we will call SQL SQLite statement. I think statement this one. So we need to use this, and I will just name it as statement. This should be equal to the name which we have given to the database, this one, and we just need to compile. So we just need to compile the statement, and inside of that I need to pass that string which I have written above, like this one. Okay, so this is done. We need to just set the values. So statement dot, we have method here called bind string, this one, and we inside of that we need to pass two things. So first one is int, so I will just pass one, and for the second one we need another string. Here I will pass the article ID, and then I need to do for the title and content. So I'll just copy it and paste it here again. I'll just change the values, like I will give it's 2, and I want it to be the title. I'll just remove this. I think I have given the name article title above. Article title, this one, I want this one, I will remove this. So for the third one, as we know, we need this for content, so we have set up above as article content. So just remove this and write article content here. Okay, so now this is done. Just enter statement dot execute, just to execute the statement. So I think we are done with this code. So we have successfully created that database and stored that information there. Just close this. So now that we have implemented our database successfully, so now we want to I will tell you the reason why we have used this statement, like SQLite statement and all this. So why have we used this? We can simply store it in array or something, but as this is the live code, as we are not interrupting in between, this will go on by itself. So we need to create this SQL statement, as we can't delete, like if we want to delete something in between, we can't do that, as because this is a live code. Okay, so to delete that, we can have we have as different statements in SQL. So I will just give you a quick overview. So this is the delete statement in SQL. So this is its syntax, like we just have to use this keyword delete. So if you want to delete from like this is the syntax, delete from, and this here you have to enter the table name. Like in our case it is articles, so I will write delete from articles where, and this is where condition. If we want to delete like on a conditional statement, like I want to, let us say an example, I want to delete the records of student where percentage is less than 15. So I will just write delete from student as the, which may be the table name, where percentage marks less than 50%. Okay, so this is for the conditional. And if you want to delete the whole table, like I don't want any record, so I will just try delete from table name. Okay, so this will delete all the columns, like everything will be deleted. Okay, so I think you have got some quick overview. So now we will use this delete statement here. So to execute it, we need that upright, let's say we will be using that here, I guess. Yes, before the for loop we will be using this. So I will just write articles db, our database name, dot execute xml SQL, and inside of that I will just need to pass the string of SQL, which is the statement. So as we have seen, that was delete from, and if we want to delete all things, we will write its table name. So I will write the table name which I have given, that was the articles. Okay, so I will just write delete from articles. Okay, so I guess this is done now. So we are just left with the last task, that everything we have done, we need to implement that in our list view to show Okay, and we know that to show in the list view we use array adapter. Okay, so I think things will be easy now. So we are just at the ending part of our app, completing the app. So to update in the list view, we can write the statement, but that will be confusing, so I will just make a new class here. So that will just I think we can make it here, so that will be easy, like it will be clear to all. So I will just make a new class here. That will be the I will set public. I don't want to return anything. I will be just be using this method, so I will write void public update list view. This will be fine. Public update list view, and we don't have to pass any argument, as we don't need that. So here we will be creating a new cursor, like I will just use a new cursor here which will be pointing. So cursor C, this should be equal to articles db dot. So we will be using a new statement like row query here. So if you don't know about row query, I will just give you a quick overview. So this is the row query, like you can use this. This will mark a method in DAO annotated class as row query method, where you can pass the query as SQLite query. So you don't have to worry. I will just pick up the line here. This one, the row query serves as an escape hatch where you can build your own SQL query at runtime, but still use room to convert it into an object. So this is the main function, like you can use this in the runtime. You can run build your own SQL query and run that in the runtime. So this is the main benefit which row query uses. So we will be using this. So these are the examples if you want to look for, but I think you don't have to know much about that. That is only fine which we have seen. So I will just use row query here, and inside of that we need to pass the SQL statement, string statement of SQL, you can see. So we will be needing select statement here, like we have seen, I have told before only. I will show you again. So what's the select statement? I think this will be easy if I explain this. The select statement is used to select data from database, like if you want to call the data, like as I have said before, I will show you with an example. So this is basically the syntax, like select star from table name. So what why we use this asterisk symbol like star? So this is basically to call all the variables, like let's say if there is a student table and it contains records of a student, like name, its roll number, class, and IDs and something like that. So if you want to call all the columns, like I want the data for all things, like name, I want all the names, all the IDs, roll numbers, all the things, all the class. So I will call asterisk just to call the whole table. And if I want selectively, like I only want the names of all the students, so I will just write select name from table name, that will be the student, like in that case, in our case. Okay, so this is just the demo database. So let's say I want to see these, like I want to just see the customer name of this table. So I will just write select customer name from customers, so which will be the table name, this one. Okay, so if I want all these things, like I want customer ID, customer name, contact name, address, city, and postal code and country, so I will just write select star, that is asterisk, from customers, okay, and a semicolon. So this will easily give that. Okay, so like this is the example which says select customer name comma city from customer. Like if you want two columns, you can write that by separating just by comma. So select customer name comma city from customers, so this will give you two column name, like this one and this city one. So we will get these records, like we will get the customer names of these pipes and then cities of these five. Okay, so this will be fine. I think this is good now. You must have got the overview. So we will be using select statement here. So just use select, as we have seen, we will be using select star from, we need that in capital. So we will use select star, this is also in capital. So we will use select star from, and now we have to enter the table name here. So as I need to select all the columns, I will use asterisk symbol, that is star, and we have to pass the other thing here also, which is cancellation sign. Like we don't have to pass that, so I will just give it null. This is okay now. So now we will be creating two index, like to get the IDs we will be creating two index. So the first one is will be the content index, which we will equate to c dot get column index, and inside of that we need to just pass the content string. Okay, so this is fine now, and also we need to create another int variable which is title index to get all the titles. So this is just, we will write c dot get column index, and inside of that we need to just pass the title. Okay, so this looks fine now. So we are just close to here. So we will be needing two array lists here, like to store the contents and to store the titles, so that we can get it from here and show it in our list view. So I will just have to create two array lists here. So the that will be of the string type. The first one I will name it as titles. This will be equal to new array list. This looks fine. This is showing error. I think we have used this. Okay, we have already created this array list, so we will be using content only, as we have used array list for titles, so we will be using this for content. So we have used this, we can use that anywhere now. So we will be go to our code where we are using this here, and we will use it here. Okay, so we will be doing an if statement here. Inside of that we will first use c to move first, like if there is already something present we can use that. Firstly we will be clearing this all titles dot clear, and also we need to clear out the content if it is present by default. So we need to clear this, and now we will be doing a do while statement. So we'll be using do while statement, and here we need our while part. Okay, so for the while part we will be writing c dot to move first, like as I said, c dot move to first, c dot move to first if we don't find anything, and otherwise we will be using do statement here, which will be adding, like if it is empty we will add something. So we can add string, as we have created the array list of strings. So we will get string, we will be using get string, and inside of that we need to pass the title index which we have created. Okay, so similarly we will be doing this for content index dot okay, I have used this content dot add c dot get string, and inside of that we need to pass the index. So I'll just write content index here. So this looks fine now. So I think this is done now. So we will just have to notify the like we have used array adapter, so we need to just notify that the data, if the data is changed, updated, so we will just update it to the array adapter so that it can show it to the list view to be able to see. Okay, so we are done with this. We just now to use we have to use this function. So I will just copy it, and we will be using this function wherever we want. Okay, so before that I will just be updating the array adapter. So now, as I said, we need to use the array, we need to update the array adapter. So we'll just update it here, array adapter dot notify data set change, so that it may get updated, like whenever we update the list view, it should get updated to array adapter so that it can show it to the list view. So now I think we are done with this function. We just need to copy this and call it wherever we want. So we want it in a couple of places, so we'll just copy it. And the first one I want it when after we have cited the database. So I want it here, like whenever we get some information, whenever we get the information from database, we will update that list view. Okay, so just go here and click enter. I'll just paste it here. I think I clicked somewhere else, so I'll just come through here and I will just paste it right here. Okay, so now we will be needing this at another place, so that will be all the way down, like whenever these all the codes are run, we want it right here at the top. So after this function is executed, that is doing background, we can see that. So doing background is the background function, so it will be running simultaneously. So after all this is done, so like that will be the on post part. So we'll be creating on post execution method here, which is on post, this one, on post execute. So this will be used after we have done all the things. Okay, so I'll just use update list view here. So I think we are done with this. So this will work at the end, like after on post, like after all the things are done. Okay, so now let's just give it a run. It will take a bit time, as because we have written a lot of code already. So this will show a lot of things here. So I think in the log we have only a few things, like you can see in the log we have this HTML article content and URL content. Okay, so we will be seeing this only, so it will take a bit time. Let's just wait. It will take a bit, just wait for it. This is still running. This will take a little bit time. So till then, let's just add a new activity here. So this will take time. We'll wait for it. So now we need to add a new activity here so that we can see it. So we'll go to file to create new activity. So it is installing now. I think this will work before. So we can see our app is here. So we should see that in the locate if it is stopped. No, it's still running. So we have to wait for it. So till then, let's just add a new activity here. We can add new activity. We will go to the gallery to add the empty activity. So we need just empty activity here. I'll just call it, and I just want to give it the name articles activity, as we need to show the article here. So I'll just click on finish and give it a time to run the to build the Gradle. So this is done. Now we have added the activity here, so we can connect these activities like this and main activity by using the intent. As we know, to connect two activities we use intent. Okay, so let me check if the locate is okay. We can see as it is okay now. Yes, we can see we have get a lot of things here. Okay, so we will wait for it. We will write a bit code here, then we will check that. So we'll be writing code to connect these two activities and also to update the things to article activity. So the last thing we are gonna do in this is setting the article activity. So in order to add that, we will be needing the web view. Like we need web view to get installed so that we can show that. So web view is basically to show the HTML content, HTTPS links. So I will just show you what's that. So web view should be here. This should be here. So we can see that, like, if we want to deliver a web application, like, or just a web page as a part of client information, you can do this with the help of web view. Like as I said, we need to show the HTML links to our list view, so that whenever we click on it, it's get to its page where we get the elaboration of the news. Okay, so the web view class is an extension of Android's view class. As we know, already know about view. So within your Android app, you can create an activity that contains a web view, like that we are doing. We have created a new article activity. Now we just need to add web view here, and that can be used to display your document that's hosted online. Okay, so we will be using this. So how to add web view? We have seen that we can directly add web view to the activity layout in the layout activity, or we can write the XML code here. Okay, so we will just be using that, and we need to use another functions here. So these are just the method. So you just have got the idea. So we will see that in Android Studio only. So we'll just close this. So in this we need web view. Like I will just search for web view, this one. We want this, and just go to article activity, and we need to drop it down here. Okay, so this will just get inserted in this. So I will just use this. So we have setted this. Just give it an ID, web view. Okay, so just come back to the article activity. So now we will be writing the code here. So firstly we will write the code from here, then we will write we will create intent in the main activity, and then we will connect that with the help of intent here. So we need web view, this one, web view. This should be find view by id r.id web view. So this is okay. So now we have setted this web view, so now we can use its function. So we need web view dot I think we will be needing get settings here, and we need to set something, like we need to set I think we will be needing JavaScript enabled here. So we need to just enable it so that it can store the information from that. So we have added that. So the last line we need to add here is we need to set the web view, just like we did for list view and other views. Set web view client, I think this one we will wanting. So inside of that we need to create a new object, new web view client So this seems okay now. So the last task here which is left is just to create intent. Okay, so let us just quickly do that. So to enable the content like intent here, we will go to where we have created list view in the onCreate. Let's search for the list view. Here you can see after whenever we have created the list view, we get this list view dot set adapter and all the things. So after that we will be setting on click, like list view will get the links. So whenever we click on any of the item, then it should get connected to the article activity. Okay, so like we can see in this, this is the list view. This will be containing all the things, like all the links. So I will just click on this. Like this will be according to the IDs, like the first one will get the ID 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So whenever we click on any of that, so according to that ID it should get linked to the article activity. So we'll be doing that here. So we have created list view. So there is a method called set on item click listener, not long click, we want click listener. So whenever we click on any of the item, so it should get connected to the article activity. So firstly we need to set adapter view. Yes, this one we need this. So whenever we click on this, it should get connected to the article activity. So inside of that, to connect the activities, we know we use intent. So if you don't know about intent, I will tell you. So we can see where we use the intent in Android. You can go to, whenever you want to search anything, you can go to Android developers, developer.android.com. you can find anything related to this here. So an intent is an abstraction distribution of an operation to be performed. It can be used with start activity to launch activity. So this is the method to launch the activity we will be using after creating content. So this is an intent provide facility for late running between the code in the different applications. It is most significant used in launching of activities, like whenever we want to connect those two activities, we use this basically. Okay, so these are the things like primary pieces of information that it contains action data. So you don't have to know much about that, you write that in the code. So we have created intent. So we will create subject now. Intent is equal to new intent, and inside of that we need to first pass the application context. So we want to get the application, and after that separated by comma we need to pass the class, like whenever where we want to shift. So we have two classes. We are in main activity, we want to jump to article activity. So I will just pass article activity dot class, as we need this class. So we will just pass that, and inside of that we need to pass another statement which is put extra. So if you want to pass the string name, like whatever you want, so we'll just want the content. And the second thing is, so how do we relate to the content? Like as I said before, we are getting this list view. Whenever we click on any of them, like first one will be given ID 0, second one will be given 1. So according to that it should shift. Okay, so we should get that ID first. So we can get this get index with the use of, and inside of that we need to pass the position, like this is the position which we have clicked on the list view. Okay, so this is the position, so just pass the position. So after writing a whole lot of code, I think we are done with this. We just need to start the activity, as we have seen that in Android developers. So just pass the intent here, and we are done with this. Okay, so the last thing is we need to, as we have created intent here, to receive the intent we need to use intent here also, so that it can receive that intent. So this will be the basically the last task just to execute. So we will use we will first create intent here, as we will receive intent here. So as this is new activity, we need to declare it again. Intent is equal to, now we will get the intent, like we don't have to create object, we are just receiving the intent here. So just link it to the web view by using this code, webview.load data, and inside of that we need to pass intent dot, we won't get string extra, that should be here, this one. and inside of that we need to pass the string. So like I will be needing, the first one is the content, as we have right here written in the another activity. So the second thing we want is string mind type, like string another string. So what can be its type? Like it can be either of the text or it can be of the HTML. Okay, so and the third one is the encoding string. So what do you want for encoding? Like you have seen in the Google, like we can see at the corners as the another in a web page, like you have seen it is written UTF-8. So you will be you can search it on the Google, what's that. So this is simple, just the encoding code to any web page. Okay, so we have written all the codes to run this app. So on running we may get the error, as because I have found something here. So I think in the do while, so in the do while we have written move to first. So we don't want that, as if we move to first we will be in the stuck in the loop, as because we have written the condition here. So if it is not it will run this code, then again we will stuck in this loop and this will become an infinite loop. So we want here move to next. Okay, so that if it is not here, then move to the next one. Okay, so we are done with this. And also whenever we run, let's just run the app first, we'll see that afterwards. So after the running we may not get the text view. I will tell you the reason for that, but let's just wait till the app shows up. So we won't, like we can see it has stopped, as I have told the reason. We have made some mistakes here, I will tell you that. So the first one is we don't want, like I will just comment it down here, as because this database already contains the information from it, so it will be executing a lot of statements, so this becomes heavy for them. Okay, so we need to comment it down. So as we have already this, we don't want to download again and again. Okay, so this was the first fault, and I will check again for the other. So the app got crashed last time because we have written the updated list view. This code we have executed here, as because in this list view, in this list view we are using array adapter here, and but we have declared array adapter after that, like we can see here, and we were using the code here update list view. So that's why it was creating error, as because we haven't initialized it before. So whether you can initialize it, cut it from here and initialize it above this, or you can you can change the position of update view after you have declared the array adapter. Okay, so after that I just gave it a run to check. So it took a lot of time to update all this to the database, and finally it appeared, like it was coming in the short period. Like I got the 3 news, then I again run it, then it started again. So it will take a lot of time, like you start running the app, then leave it, then you can see the changes in the logcat and the news will start appearing here. So I got almost 5 or 10 news, so I just checked once. So on clicking this, this will also take a lot of time. You can see this will also run a lot of code, and due to the size it was not showing at once. So it will take a lot of time to show the whole news, as due to the space problem it will take a lot of time. So whether we have got this, like we have already got the news, we will click on this, it will elaborate and shows the whole news. So you can try it by yourself, or you can, I will prefer you can run it on your Android device by using USB debugging. So that's why you will not get this, like it's getting under the news reader, so you will get in the center. Okay, so like this we can click on this, it will run a lot of code. So after a lot of time you will see the news will elaborate and you will get the whole lot of news here, and we can scroll down. So just wait and you will find more news here, or you can run the app again, like if you want more news. As I have commented this, so that's why it is stopped on one news, as I don't just want to show you the sample. So if you remove this comment, like if you remove this comment, this code will execute, then it will pick up more news on the API, and then it will show you on the emulator. Okay, so it's your choice, like if you want more, but it will take a lot of time. Like if you do this, I will run this again, then it will start running the code from the beginning, like you can see. Then the whole lot of code will run here, and after some time you will start seeing that news will start appearing. So now I have as I have started from the beginning, you can see it will begin from here. Like you will see after some time, like we are getting some news. So you will wait for few minutes, then you will get the new news here. Okay, so I have just given you the sample of one news here. So after some time you will get the news elaboration here. So you have successfully created this app. You can get more news if you want, but I have just shown the sample, so that's why I commented this down. Okay, so we have successfully created this app. Thank you. So I made it run on my emulator device and then connect it to this Android device. So that's why I prefer, because the alignment is better in this. So we can see we have got two news. Just I have waited for 5 minutes, so I've got two news. So every time I will run this, we will get new news. So I will click on one of this to check whether it is elaborating or not. So we can see this is elaborating. Also we can click on any of these links, so this will get you to the link anywhere. So we can see this, we are connected to YouTube. Also we can see this, and it will take some bit time to load. Like when I click on this, it will take a bit time. So I have clicked on this. So now let's run again to check whether new news appear or not. So I have commented this down, because if I didn't do this and will wait for approximately 15 or 20 minutes, then I will get the 20 news, as because I have set the count to the 20. But I am not getting 20 news because I haven't commented this down, so that as many as they get, they show that in this. You can see this was the old one. If I refresh, I think I should get new news. Let's run again to test that if we are getting new news or not. So okay, we got the news, and also I haven't commented this, so that's why we have to run it again. So to get the new news, you have to remove the comment here. So keep remove that, so that you can get all times, every time you will get the new news. So just wait. So I will show you in the locate again that it is not stopped. Like if we don't comment it down, it will not stop. So let's run again. So now we can see that as I have removed the comment, so it will keep on moving downwards and will get the new news, and after some time you will get the new top 20 news, and you can show it on your emulator device. Okay, so you have congratulations, you have made this app successfully, and you can install it on your Android device and use it anywhere, and to every time then you don't have to do anything, you will get the top news. Just don't comment this down. To show this, I have commented this down. So thank you so much for watching.